Charity, wisdom, patience, and humility. Each year, the YMCA of the Kanawha Valley honors those whose lives personify the spirit of giving. This year, for the first time, a couple is being recognized, Andy and Margo Teeter, the 2025 Spirit of the Valley honorees.
Andy and Margo Teeter are very proud of their community, and they want to see this community do well, and its nonprofit organizations in this community do well, and the businesses in this community do well. And so they support the nonprofits, they support the businesses, they promote the Kanawha Valley and West Virginia wherever they go. And I think that's a great reward to them each individually.
Their pixie dust, if you will, is that they know how to build relationships. They know how to bring people together and then sort of step away and let the magic happen. And that only works because they work so well together and they complement one another. I love it when I'm sitting in the Founders Lounge and Andy and Margo walk in, because suddenly, the room is alive and everybody knows them and everybody loves them.
They do so much throughout their career and their life that, even so much that goes unsaid, it's just something that they've always had ingrained in each of them. And I think that's what pairs both of them so well together. They kind of understand that service is, a part of who you are. It's not just something that you do.
Andy Teeter and Margo Howard met on a blind date. He was from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the only son of William and Idona Teeter, who also had 3 daughters. Ask Andy about his interests as a kid, and he'll tell you, making money. An industrious teenager, he planted a garden and sold the beans, tomatoes, and corn. In the wintertime, he plowed his neighbors' driveways. In the summers, he worked as a caddy at the nearby country club. And for 4 years, he was the personal caddy to none other than President Dwight Eisenhower. Andy graduated from Gettysburg Area High School in 1967. Then Roanoke College in Virginia in 1971, where he was active in the Sigma Chi fraternity. A natural salesman, he got into the insurance business, and in 1976, he was lured to West Virginia by Gaston Caperton, who at the time led McDonough Caperton Insurance. Margo grew up in the East End in a tight-knit and extended Lebanese family. Her parents, Sabe and Rose Howard, had 7 kids, 2 sons and 5 daughters. The family business was Howard's Fruit Market on Washington Street. The family trait, its strong work ethic. Margo earned her first paycheck when she was 13 or so, and dutifully gave it to her mother as expected. Margo is a Charleston High grad, class of '68. Like her siblings, she went to WVU. She was accepted into the dental school and would have been the only female in the class. Instead, she went into dental hygiene. And after graduating in 1972, she came back to Charleston and worked for 3 dental practices, including her older brothers. That first blind date went well, but they were busy people and not ready for anything serious. They went out a few times over the next couple of years. When he earned a big reward, a cruise for his sales, he asked Margo to go along so they could get to know one another better. But Mama Howard stepped in and said, "You can get to know each other here in Charleston." So instead, Andy took his mom on the trip. Andy and Margo were married on August 26, 1979. Bob Orders, a client who had become his friend, served as best man.
Andy and Margo just complement each other. They do it in their daily life. Andy might be a little impulsive to do some things, and Margo's the one that brings him back down to earth once in a while. And then in business, Andy incredibly supports Margo in her real estate business. When he has the opportunity, he has clients in town who have some interest in real estate. She gets an opportunity for sales, and vice versa. Margo has been able to help entertain some of Andy's clients over the years. It just works well together. They're a power couple.
They are wonderful ambassadors for our community. And I've seen Margo in action. She sells the state, the city, like no one else. She frequently brings doctors that are looking to move to the area, or business leaders, others considering making trust in their home. And boy, can she sell this place.
Margo got into real estate in the early 80s, and she's been one of the top realtors in the Valley ever since. Andy, too, rose to the top of his profession. Early in 2025, Andy received the President's Award for Distinguished Service from the National Association of Surety Bond Producers. Together, they have been deeply engaged in causes and organizations that strengthen our community. The YWCA has been a focal point for Margo, and in 1997, she was selected in the inaugural group of Women of Achievement. Music was an interest from an early age, so Andy gravitated to the arts, the Light Opera Guild, Fun for the Arts, singing with the West Virginia Symphony Choir. And when the late John McClarty started having conversations about building a center for the arts and sciences, Andy took a leadership role as head of the building committee. That was 10 years before construction. It was an audacious goal, but the city's crown jewel, the Clay Center for the Arts and Sciences, opened in 2003.
So Andy and Margo have had an impact on the Clay Center that is hard to quantify. So they have held multiple leadership positions since the early 80s to today. And they've, of course, contributed generously, but their impact goes well beyond financial contributions. The leadership they've provided, the connections that they've made, they have truly helped to raise millions of dollars and to create many ambassadors in the community.
The West Virginia Symphony is another passion. Here, too, their support goes well beyond financial support.
Margo is the sister and girlfriend that you always wish you had. She is supportive and kind-hearted and genuine. And I think to be in Margo's presence is to be cared for by her. I think she can't help but maybe family you a little bit. Margo is a savvy businesswoman too, and she is willing in so many ways to offer mentorship, especially to younger women, and I've been so fortunate that she's done that for me. Andy is dynamic. Andy is so enthusiastic, so passionate about so many causes, and my job is made that much easier with development at the symphony because he cares about the symphony. And everyone in town well knows that Andy will sell you a raffle ticket, and he will tell you that you can buy more than one. But Where it comes from is this just genuine place in Andy's heart that our community thrive, that our citizens have a vibrant and a cultural life, and he wants that for other people. And he puts his heart into his work for so many different nonprofits.
Andy and Margo are longtime active members of St. George Orthodox Cathedral, where faith and service guide their daily lives. The couple has also established 2 scholarships, one at WVU for a West Virginia student pursuing a career in dental hygiene or dentistry, and another at the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation for a Kanawha Valley student attending Roanoke College. And while they shine bright in their professions and in our community, their truest light radiates around the family dinner table.
Unlike a lot of families, ours is kind of unique in the sense that we spend a lot of time together. That can be good and bad. But, we have family dinners almost 3 to 4 times a week together, especially on Sunday nights. That's kind of a staple of our family tradition that we all, no matter what we're doing, where we've been or where we're going, we all kind of get back together on that Sunday night to have conversation and catch up with everybody's lives and just know what's going on.
Anchored in family and faith, Andy and Margo Teeter have had a transformational impact on the Kanawha Valley.
I am forever grateful for their unwavering support and their commitment to making Charleston and the entire state better for all of us.
Andy and Margo Teeter are incredibly deserving of the Spirit of the Valley Award. They've helped our community thrive. They've done that through their philanthropic impact, through their volunteerism, and through their advocacy.
I'm very blessed and fortunate to have that as examples in my life. Margo and Andy have been wonderful examples of what love and marriage and commitment to each other look like. They've been married for 40 plus years, which is a true testament to themselves. And, I think their marriage and the way they live their lives is rooted in, compassion, dedication, love. Not only to themselves, but to the community they live in.
The YMCA of the Kanawha Valley is proud to present the 2025 Spirit of the Valley Award to Andy and Margo Teeter.